John, looking at the weekend ahead, we're going for fourth win in a row. How vital, however, was the win at Airdrie last weekend?
Yeah, it was extremely vital. Of course, it was important. Yeah, to keep the run going, and of course, winning away from home. These two games, the Airdrie game and there's Forfar game now, two notoriously difficult games. So it was vital that we won the first one. Take the confidence and the belief into the second one, and that same desire, hunger to go and keep it going. So, to get a run going, you need to have momentum. You have to have confidence, and I'm hoping that that's what it's building. So that we can go up to Forfar with the belief that we've gained from winning these, games that you've mentioned, and obviously the away game at Airdrie. So it was vitally important, because otherwise it's a little bit like last season where it's stop-start. You have to have that momentum going, and you hope that breeds the confidence and the belief for the players to go on and continue doing the business.
Yeah. Next up, it's Forfar. As you said, never an easy place to go. They stopped their losing streak with a derby win against Montrose. They've lost players, they've recruited well. They'll provide the usual stern test, won't they?
No doubt about it. Yeah. It's always difficult there. Again, it can be blowing a gale there, and it can be very, very much like the proverbial game of two halves, where the wind dictates that the game goes in one direction and the second half it goes in the opposite direction, just because of the wind. The game can be dictated by that at times up there, and again, surface is not brilliant, but we all understand that before we go there. We realise that we've got to be very focused on how we go about winning the football match, and that's to keep this run going and to build on it. That's exactly what we've got to do, and the players have showed that level of commitment as well. I mean, the work rate has been superb. We want that to continue. We can't wait to get going.
Yeah, the lineup at Airdrie was affected in that Louis Vaughan missed out with a minor hamstring issue. New signing John Baird was on the bench but didn't make it onto the pitch. What's the likelihood, without giving any secrets away, of changes being made for Forfar away after a win at Airdrie?
Yeah, well, there's no really need to be wholesale changes really. No, I mean, we were forced into the change when Louis pulled out in the last Friday morning. Otherwise it would have been the same team that won the previous game against Peterhead. They played very well, so we were kind of forced into that change. The team done well last week. We're at this time we're looking at it's like 4:15 on Thursday. We have to train tonight, and that's a key thing now. We've got one of our main training sessions of the week now, and the timescale that we do these now is like 4:15 on a Thursday. Normally on a Thursday at 12:30 we would have like one training session to go, which would be the Friday one, which is one. We did lose a player last Friday, Louis Vaughan, but we can pick up injuries on the Thursday night now, because we have one of our main training sessions, and so I could say that we've got a full strength squad to choose from. That'd be a fine thing. And then we train on the Thursday night and we've picked up an injury or two, because that's now the situation. We're now going to go into one of our main training sessions of the week, where all the part-time players, full-time players come together and train. So sometimes it's I do this interview and we say this is the situation, and then on a Saturday the fans turn up and say, what's going on there? So but we actually have some change in our schedule with the hybrid, and as I say, sometimes, and it can work both ways, because last week I didn't think we'd get Kieran Bowie. Kieran Bowie came out and trained on the Thursday night, and he then showed us that he was fit enough to be on the bench, and fit enough to come off the bench, and fit enough to go in the park. So sometimes you'll gain a player, sometimes you'll lose a player. We've got a strong squad, yet I'm looking at potentially still having 6 players out at the weekend.
Right. I'm assuming one of them then is Ross Munro. Obviously had to be taken off at Airdrie, and is stand-in and able deputy Dave McGlynn. They kept a clean sheet. What's the diagnosis for Ross Munro?
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. He went to the hospital up in Inverness, and it was more of a hard knock that he got than anything else. However, it's still bad enough. You know, it will keep him out of the game at the weekend, and it will probably be touch and go for the following weekend. But he may well be available. But it's nothing more than a hard, you know, knock. He got a knock on it. You know, when he's went down, he's hit the guy, whatever, and it's sore. You know, but he's been up in Dingwall all week up there. The physiotherapist up there getting treatment from his parent club, which is the right thing to do. So we're hoping that he'll be back down. You know, maybe Tuesday. Maybe he can hopefully get back down here and see if we can get back into training. You know, we'd really need to be getting back into training, and Tuesday, Thursday at the latest if it was going to be considered for the following game against Falkirk.
Right, okay. And speaking of keepers, it must have been good for you as a manager to see Robbie Thompson back using the ball in training for the first time in a while. Yeah,
no, Robbie's worked extremely hard. You know, he's a very dedicated professional football player. You know, goalkeeper, football player, whatever you want to categorise him. And you know, he's a number one professional. You know, he's worked extremely hard, and he's went about, you know, trying to get down to St George's Park in England. Robbie played down in England for a season or so, and because of that he was in the PFA and he's allowed to go down there and do part of his rehabilitation, and it's absolutely like phenomenal, the stuff that they've got and the infrastructure they've got to treat players. So he's went about, you know, obviously with our guidance and all the rest of it, but he's went about getting these things sorted out for himself. So yes, it was great to see him back. There's still a little bit to go, but the positive, very positive signs. Yeah.
And finally, we always say take one game at a time, but looking ahead after Forfar, it'd be great to go into the cup game against Glenavon on a bit of a winning streak. The cup game's a very different challenge. Are you looking that far ahead and worrying about if we get past Glenavon? Is it a long away trip, or are you simply taking it as one game?
Totally one game at a time. Absolutely. That's the only way you can do it, really. You've got to focus on this. We've got to put all our energies into this next game. You know, the league is without doubt our priority. You know, the cups will be a kind of a bonus. We'll deal with that when it comes, and we're at home, and so, you know, we can give anyone a game out in that pitch. So we'll take care of that when it comes, and we'll certainly be putting our best foot forward to try and win that game. But in the meantime, all our focus is on Forfar away. It's everything. We cannot leave anything in the tank. We've got to go there and you know, outwork them, and hopefully that's enough to give us the ball, and hopefully then, you know, play our football and hopefully do damage.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for that, and good luck, John.
Thank you.